Well, today we're going to take a trip, a little different kind of trip. I'm going to take you with me on my safari. Now, if you don't think you're dressed right, you're fine, whatever you've got on, because we're going not on the land in a Jeep to see all the big, beautiful animals. We're going to go in a canoe. And we're going to go way into the jungle. Now, not very many people ever go into the jungle. Most people have better sense. I've never been known as one who had the most sense, but it takes some getting ready, even in a canoe. So we've got 3 canoes lined up. And each canoe has 4 people, 2 paddlers on either side, and then there's a place where I'll sit in the middle. Now, I've been given all my instructions. I am not to move quickly because that could upset the paddlers. And I'm certainly not to make any quick noises because that could disturb a lot of things that we don't even know are around us. So, with my instructions and a little bit of fear, we start out. And I trust the paddlers. I have to trust the paddlers because where we're going is so deep into the jungle that if they got lost, I'm lost too. So I have to trust them. And they do have to trust me too, because if I don't do my part, I could create lots of problems for them. But as we go into the jungle, we first have to take a little bit of a river trip, and I look around and I see a sandbar. And I think, oh, we might stop on the sandbar, and I could look around and see what I could see. Well, as we got close to the sandbar, the paddlers gently maneuvered the canoes away from the sandbar. And when we got far enough away, I could look back and see there were 2 crocodiles sunning on the sandbar. So we really didn't want to disrupt them. They're having a good time just lying there, and the last thing we want to do is get them excited. So they were so gentle in the way they maneuvered that canoe. It was even difficult to explain. So just take my word for it. It's extremely gentle. And then we're pretty quick losing sight of any daylight, and we're into the beginning of the jungle. And I'm looking around to see what all I can see. And I'm watching them because they're going to point to things. Since we don't want to make any more noise than possible, I'm going to watch where they point to. But the first thing I notice before they do any pointing is how intertwined everything is. It's as if you cut one sprig, the whole place would just fall apart. It's so intertwined, and each thing dependent on the other thing, each tree, each limb. But pretty quick, they pointed toward a tree, and I looked up at the tree, and there, sunning itself on what sun there was, it was a beautiful, beautiful snake. I have to tell you, I don't like snakes, but this one was far enough away, and I was safe, so I just admired its beauty. I don't know if it was a cobra. It could have been, because there are lots of cobras there. But anyway, its colors were just glorious. And then we keep going, and I'm looking around and I'm thinking how silent it is all of a sudden. I hadn't realized how silent it is because I'm expecting to hear all kinds of noises. But I see the hand point and I look up and there's a chimp up in the tree, just sitting up there looking at us, not making any kind of noises, not jumping around, just sitting there. And so I think, never saw a chimp this close before. We keep going, and I hear noises. The silence of the jungle has disappeared, and now we have all kinds of noises. I hear the monkeys chattering. I hear the birds making all kinds of noises that you would never hear otherwise. And I think, oh my God, how could you have given me such a gift as to come into the deepest of jungles and see all of these things that I'm seeing that I'll never see again, and not very many people get to see. But Lord, I thank you for the jungle, for the noises and for the quiet, and for those who brought me here and will take me back. Hope you had a good time with me. I sure did.